Diane Sare in New Jersey, the new LaRouche Democrat in New Jersey, her opponent, Scott Garrett, is attempting to introduce, as part of the new rules that the Republican members' majority in the House put into play, he's trying to say not only do you have to cite which part of the Constitution allows you to introduce a new bill, but you cannot cite the general welfare as a reason to introduce a bill, and you cannot cite the necessary and proper clause, which is the clause that allowed us to put through Glass-Steagall, which was the clause that allowed Alexander Hamilton to institute a national bank. So, I mean, you really have to appreciate the pure stupidity of this new slate of congressmen who were sworn in as leaders of this republic. I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling.
And really, the only thing that you can say about it is just, I mean, it's like an insane asylum, and you have to find the utter humor and you should have a feeling of nausea also in your stomach when you say the halls of this great institution are graced with these fools. And I think it's only appropriate to take a look at a statement that Diane Sare made this weekend in front of the George Washington Bridge right on the Jersey shore there on the Hudson River. And she presents a very concise pedagogical on the issue of economic value.
I'm Diane Sare, and I'm a candidate, part of the 6-person slate of LaRouche Democrats for the U.S. House of Representatives, and I am from the state of New Jersey. Now, as LaRouche has been discussing today, the greatest threat to our republic and civilization is stupidity. And to give you an example of what we are talking about, take this George Washington Bridge behind me. Now, suppose as we were standing here talking, a crack became visible, and it was clear that within a matter of hours, all of the cars attempting to pass over the bridge would fall into the Hudson River. And a man comes up to me and says, "Mrs. Sare, I understand you're running for Congress." And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Can you tell me what is your position on the possession of toilet paper?" Well, what I think I would say to that man is I'm actually concerned about repairing the bridge, but if you want to check on the constitutionality of the possession of toilet paper, check with Congressman Scott Garrett. But make sure you tell him that he's not allowed to cite the general welfare clause. Now, what does this have to do with the bridge? Well, suppose every square of this toilet paper was worth $1 million. And it was going to take up 5 squares of toilet paper to repair the George Washington Bridge. Well, you might say to Governor Christie, we need $5 million to repair the George Washington Bridge so all those cars don't drop off into the Hudson River. Governor Christie would say, we don't have the money. We spent all that toilet paper on the bailouts. Well, what bailouts? You may have heard the Federal Reserve issued $16 trillion worth of bailouts on things such as McDonald's, and I'm sure Governor Christie is extremely interested in that. Now, what Lyndon LaRouche would say is that there is actually the value of money is zero. The United States was founded on the question of credit. That's what Alexander Hamilton intended. This bridge is obviously worth far more than any number of rolls of toilet paper. In fact, if you've ever tried to cross the Hudson River using a roll of toilet paper, you may have found that it was not all that effective. What we 6 LaRouche Democrats are proposing is that the multitudes of trillions of dollars of toxic paper be dumped, that we salvage what is left of our productive capability, that we launch the North American Water and Power Alliance, NWAPA, as a way of rebuilding the actual intrinsic wealth of the nation, all of which can be accomplished if we reinstate the FDR-era Glass-Steagall Act. And what I would like to say on behalf of my 6 colleagues in closing is that Congressman Garrett, Governor Christie, and President Obama, after giving a speech, you should always remember to wipe. Thank you.
So the next time you see President Barack Obama carrying a roll of toilet paper, you know why, and it's not just because there was a new Federal Reserve policy issued.